All right, today is one day out from my fit model competition at the Bodybuilding Classic in Montgomery, Alabama. So today I got up, I checked in with my coach, I wore my fit model suit just to make sure that everything looks good in the actual suit that I'm going to be wearing, especially in the back pose, because the back pose, the fit model bottoms are different than the bikini bottoms. Fit model bottoms are only supposed to cover 50% of your glutes. When I first ordered mine, it didn't fit quite right, and so I had to, order a new one. This one fits a lot better, and I'm more pleased with this one. So after check-in, I got ready. I'm coming up here. I'm just doing about 20 minutes of cardio because I need something to invigorate my soul at the moment. I had a little pity party last night. I let my hormones get the best of me, and I'll just admit it, I cried. I broke down and I cried, and then it just snowballed and I couldn't stop. The joys of being a woman, y'all. It was really bad. And I knew it was going to give me bags under my eyes, but it also released whatever that pent up anxiety, frustration of not feeling like I am ready, feeling like this period has derailed all of my efforts. I needed that cry session because I am feeling better. I'm in a much better mental headspace right now. I was able to find someone to cover my boot camp class that I normally teach on Friday mornings. So I didn't have to get up super duper early, get my cardio out of the way, try to go down there and teach, then come back here and finish packing, getting my daughter situated with her grandmother before we leave. So I was able to take my time this morning, and now I'm on the bicycle just doing a quick 20-minute workout with iFit. Gonna drink some water, hydrate. I was 105 this morning on the dot again, but I know I probably cried out half a pound last night. So that's probably why I weigh less. So today it's gonna be focusing on water, taking the period protocol supplements, making sure that I stay as stress-free as I can, and I'll take you along for the ride.
How you feeling right now, other than overwhelmed and nervous?
So after my cardio, I feel a lot better as far as mentally goes, and I feel like my heart rate's gotten up. I have a little bit more pep in my step, even though I'm breathing hard. So I feel good. I'm glad I went ahead and did this cardio this morning, got it out of the way, kind of set me up for a successful day.
You ready to do all the packing things?
Nope, but it's got to be done, so I got to do it.
Is this the last cardio session that you have to do before show day?
Yes, no strength training today, just 20 minutes of cardio, and then show day tomorrow.
So you've talked about it before, but what are you doing now?
Oh, this is my vibration plate. It helps drain my lymphatic system. So I do it for about 10 minutes every day, just to kind of flush my system to make sure that I'm not retaining anything that I shouldn't. So we are now headed down on I-65 South and all of the beach traffic to Montgomery, Alabama for the NPC Bodybuilding Classic. And as soon as we get to Montgomery, we've got to head straight to the venue because I have a 3:30 tanning appointment. And then right after that will be registration for all of the NPC athletes. And that is where they will measure my height, make sure I'm in the right height category. They'll check my NPC status, make sure that I have my card, and just make sure that I am who I say I am. And they may or may not ask to see my suit on to make sure that the coverage is where it needs to be. And then after we get through with all of that, we will go to our host hotel and check in and do all the things that we need to do for the evening. I've still got to do my nails, got to get everything ready for the hotel room itself with the bedding and the ring light. I've got to take my last dinner, my last meal of the day. I've already had my lunch, which was rice, chicken, and bell peppers with a little bit of coconut aminos over it. I ate that while we were driving, or my husband was driving. I was chowing down. But I have one more meal left. The good news is that my physique is starting to look a little bit better with that period protocol supplementation that my coach gave me. I'm starting to feel like all of the fluid is finally starting to come off, so there is hope yet for that. And we're just going to take you along for the ride, so enjoy.
Fill this out, and I'll collect it from you in the morning at the
Don't go to that QR code, that link.
what kept you focused? What made you even decide to do this at all? And then we present this award at the night show.
I love that. Great. All right, guys, we are here at the hotel, and I'm about to get it prepared for me to be able to sleep in the hotel. And that involves getting all of these covers off of the bed and putting my blankets and covers on so that I don't ruin their beautiful white sheets with my dark tan right now. It is done. And it's so nice. All right, ready to hit the toilet? That didn't come out right.
I'll have to poop.
It's for the aluminum foil. We are getting aluminum foil and we are putting it on the toilet seat so that I do not ruin it with my tan.
But what do I do?
You have to hover.
I have to hover.
Mm-hmm. You can't relax on the toilet. You have to hover. Or you can sit down. It's just not comfortable. Let's hope this mic doesn't fall off and go in the toilet. That would be so awful.
Yeah, so what's the strategy here?
There is none.
Okay.
It's gonna be bumpy. It's gonna not want to go on right. Halfway done. Didn't even take as long as the bed did to get ready. And there you have it.
You want me to go back?
My butt doesn't go back that far. I'm a petite little girl. So also, I've got my pee cup right here, complete with the hole. I used it earlier. Works like magic, works like a charm. So highly recommend that. I'm about to do my press-on nails. Haven't used press-on nails since I was 13 years old doing my very first pageant, and they came off, they popped off backstage, and I have not trusted them since. But that was like 20 years ago. So someone recommended Salt. This brand came highly recommended by some bodybuilders, and so I am picking out which ones are going to fit my fingers, and then I'm going to apply those. So while I am in the midst of all of this, I was just going to kind of tell you about how check-ins went. Check-ins were so good. I'm telling you, you will never meet a better group of people than bodybuilders.
Amen.
Everyone was so accommodating, so nice, met you with a smile. I stood in line for the NPC when it was my turn to come up. They were just full of smiles, asked for my NPC card. I was able to give that to them, sign a little thing just stating all of the different divisions that I'm going to be in. And then I headed over to see how tall I am. And again, I was 5 foot, so I will be in Class A. And then I went over and got my t-shirt and all of my registration packet. And then I was able to talk to a couple of people there about the accessibility of the location, the venue of the event. My daughter uses a wheelchair, and so we always have to kind of figure out ahead of time how we're going to get her to places and inside and accommodated. And Roland, who is the promoter for the Bodybuilding Classic, phenomenal man. He spoke with us and we got it all worked out. Even one of the judges who was checking us in said, here's my number, call me and I will make sure that I have the side door open so that she can come in. I'm talking about bending over backwards to make sure that we have accessible seating for Logan. Roland is going to actually make sure that there's a row dedicated for Logan so that she doesn't miss anything and that she can see her mama compete, and that just warms my heart. So very thankful for them. It went really well and I'm excited about tomorrow. So you guys know I was feeling really down about my physique earlier, and I really wasn't sure if I was going to be able to be stage ready by tomorrow. But I had my faith in Coach Adam and he came through for me. His period protocol is what I'm calling this thing, that has the supplements of the calcium carbonate with the vitamin D and the high dose of vitamin C. Those 3 things together are incredible. It worked incredibly well on my body. I have gotten rid of the fluff. I now feel like I am ready to step on stage. And so based on my check-in photos that I sent him tonight after all of my food, we now have a water goal. We now have an actual, like, when I'm going to eat each meal that he's prescribed based on my hair and makeup and when my tanning session is. There are a ton of pros in this show. There are way more pros, like double the amount of pros versus amateurs in this show. So even though our show starts at 9 a.m. Central Time, I may not even go on stage until 10 or 11 o'clock. And so he is really cognizant of each one of his athletes, and even though he has a lot of athletes competing this weekend, he wants each one to feel like they are his only athlete, and he's really truly doing that. I just got off the phone 15 minutes with him talking things over. He wanted to know how I felt, wanted to know how my water intake was and my food and how the supplements were doing for me. And just based on my photos, you can tell my confidence is so much higher than it was this time yesterday. So I am very thankful for that. And so now all I need to do is do my nails and get some rest. So I'm looking forward to that.